Boy, the UN just keeps proving how useless they actually really are, don't they? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If you can't tell the difference between a drawing and a real person, you need to see a psychiatrist. Hey everyone, so again, every few months it seems the UN is trying its hardest to go after anime and manga, art, drawings, especially the lolly stuff. They're drawings, they have no age, they aren't flesh and bone, there's nothing in there. If you can't distinguish that, you need to seek help. End of story. So again, they just keep proving what good the UN actually does. All the stuff that's going on in the world, what does the UN decide to go after? Drawings. Meanwhile, the UN is, having sex rings with children, caught, all sorts of stuff with children. They're using kids to push for their agendas. Disgusting, disturbing stuff they're trying to normalize and be okay with the push under the rug. So, yeah. So, what good is the UN besides actually harming children? Screwing children? Children, abusing children. Anyway, because again, the UN prefers real kids any day, so that's what they're trying to go after. It's disturbing, but thankfully we have not only people like us who aren't morons. We can distinguish fake from reality. Good old Japan, as usual, responds. They're probably tired of this. Japan can distinguish drawings, fiction from reality. While here in the West and other parts of the world, we have people on Twitter that do stuff like this. Dear God, we're doomed. But yeah, Japan responds to U.S. guidelines concerning lolicon. Look at that cute little kana. Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has released its response to the recently published UN guidelines labeling drawings of non-existent children as child porn. That makes absolutely no sense. But anyway, the response, which can easily be read as, "We won't do anything about it," also revealed that the new guidelines published by the UN did not involve Japan in discussions or any other signing parties for that matter. What is even more significant is that Japan clearly labels the UN's guidelines as not legally binding to any of the signing parties. Rough translations of the response: the government's opinion on the publication of guidelines for the implementation of protocols on the sale of child pornography. 1. September 17th, the Committee on the Rights of the Child published new guidelines on child trafficking, child prostitution, and child porn. 2. This government is aware the careful consideration must be taken referring to matters covered by existing treaties. At the end of March of this year, opinions on these guidelines were submitted. However, it is regrettable that these guidelines were published without significant discussion with any signing parties, including Japan. 3. The guideline was submitted by the committees as a guide for implementation of the treaty. These guidelines do not change the treaty itself. They are in no way legally binding. The government's position on these optional guidelines have been to send multiple applications to the committee, which has confirmed that these guidelines are not legally binding on any signing party. Japan will continue to pay close attention to these discussions. We will express our opinions as necessary. As things are, Japan will continue to fight the unreasonable demands that equate people's thoughts to crimes, I tell ya, and will not crack down on creators simply expressing their freedoms via the art they produce. The attack on artists, the attack on everything that doesn't align to this very small-minded, small percentage of the minority of people, very small minority of people who, again, all need to seek help. They're a danger to everyone around them. These people need to stay away from children. They're trying to sexualize children, real children, on a daily basis. We find all these people that cry after lolicon, lolly art, turn out to be real-life pedos and groomers themselves. Like, one person got attacked recently saying they're, "Oh, you're a child groomer," and then that was false. They falsely accused, but that person who did that is actually a child groomer that was grooming children on Twitter. So all these people that hate the art and drawings and stuff like that turn out to be actual pedophiles, danger to children, just like the UN. They're going after this, but they're an actual danger to children. It's kind of funny, but thankfully Japan again has a brain. We have a brain. I mean, there are bigger issues, and this is what they're going for. Dear God, you guys are useless, pathetic. You need help. We have all this, again, with immigrant problems, crime rates, all this stuff. I mean, there's these other countries where they're raping actual children and kids, and they don't give a about it. But a drawing or a sex doll, whew, damn, man, put the cuffs on. Whew, I mean... And I'll just end it with some of the comments that people are leaving. Someone, "F you all, lolicon, R-tard losers." Some response, "What did lolicons do to you? Did they R you in the ass?" Keep crying harder there, normie. UN child rape apologist. Thank you, that's basically it. I mean, it's pretty disturbing what the UN is doing and how these small people are doing and how they're trying to police thought, go after freedom of speech, everything, freedom of everything, but it's their freedom to do this. To harass, target, stalk, kill, you name it, rape real kids is what they want to do. They want to normalize this. That's all this is. SJWs are definitely, all these people are pushing for pedophilia to be a legitimate thing, a legitimate sexual identity that needs to be respected. That's what they want to do. They hate children. They hate families. You notice how they're going after women, telling them to stop having children, men to stop, this. No more children. What are they saying now? Save the planet, save the climate change BS by not having children. It's disturbing. They hate kids. It's very well known how much people really hate children. I want to save the planet by not having children, says these women that are not going to have children because, yeah, right, no one's ever going towards them with how, not just by how crazy they look, but how crazy they are mentally. SJWs hate children in general. They're trying everything they can to make it a sexual identity like everything else nowadays, and they're trying to basically just really want to make it normalized. It's disturbing. Drawings are the problem when reality is trying to harm children. Hell, the H series, whether it be the virtual novels, the hentai itself, but it appears it's going for the virtual novels, the games and all stuff thereof. Taimanin Asagi is banned from Steam for young-looking characters when they look nothing like woman with an adult female milfy-looking face, huge breasts, voluptuous body, looks like children. This is what I'm talking about. It's a hate on anime in Japan. They want to legalize, normalize pedophilia, but they also want to go after Japan and anime. It's always after anime stuff there. Whenever you hear people cry about organs, they never cry about the American cartoons where it's like, where are the organs on these characters? It's always when it's sexy women, or especially when it comes to Japan and anime. And it's like, you look at this and it's like, how is that a child? Do children look like grown, voluptuous women? No, they do not. This is where you know it's the insanity. Banned because it looks like children. They're young looking. They look nothing like it. If you've seen the hentai, if you've seen the games, they are not children. Insanity. That's what I'm talking about. Keep your eyes open, folks. Keep your eyes open. What are your thoughts on this? Insane? God bless Japan again. Keep it fappening. Ding, 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. J ding 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 J ding 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 ding